What's up, and welcome to another full transparency trading session where I'm your host Sebastian, and today we're talking about, let me make sure I'm recording real quick before I even start talking. Okay, so the voice is working. Talking about your funded accounts and return on investments, right? So we have a 300k PA trading account, and to activate it, it's $85. Don't do this. Hold on a second. Do not make the mistake and do the monthly fee of $105 to keep your account active, because when you think about that, in 10 months, you're talking about $1,200 versus a single $85 fee, usually like $125 to $160 fee for the account, right? Just do the yearly and move on from that point. You go through, you scroll, and you check all the boxes like you normally do. You know, if you've done one, you've done them a bunch of times. But let's just talk about this, okay? So how much the account cost me to get? It costs $33, right? I got it during an 80% off sale, but a very unique 80% off sale. I got it during an 80% off sale where the $250,000 account and the $300,000 account cost the same amount as the 50K account. All of the other accounts cost their normal prices, the 100K, 75K, etc. They all cost $40, $59. These two accounts specifically were $33.40, okay? Now I'm spending, I passed it in one day. Now I'm gonna spend $85. Now what I do is when they have those sales, I purchase the accounts for $33 for two reasons. Even though I'll have all 20 accounts done, if like Friday I fail an account, I can instantly go into trading the next account, activate it, and pay the fee. These fees are also locked in for life. So this will never go beyond, well, any of these 300K accounts that I bought for $33 will never go beyond $85 to fund. That is why I purchase them. And what I do is I normally purchase about 5. I'll purchase like 2 250s and 3 300s. And I just keep them on the back burner just in case something goes wrong with another account or I lose an account. Because what's going to happen is this. You want to become a very good trader who never takes losses or never, has a bad day. But the fact of the matter is that you're going to lose trades. And sometimes you're going to lose a trade so big that it wipes out your account. And sometimes you're actually going to win a trade and still lose the account because of how the trailing threshold works. So in this particular case, it was like a combination of the two. Started off the day really well, and then a massive wick down cost me about 6K in probably about 5 minutes, which went beyond my trailing threshold and ended up blowing the account. Positive money or not, you blow the account, unfortunately. But same day, same situation, about an hour and a half later, I managed to make 20K on 4 contracts. So it's give and take, but at the same time, it's only costing me $33 plus the $81. It's costing me about $115, let's just say thereabout, to fund these accounts. And then how do you get a return on your investment? Well, now with the bigger accounts, that's the trick. With the 50K account, it's actually pretty easy to get a return on your investment, and we got to go over to the rules for that. Okay, so I went ahead and I paid my activation fee, and now we're gonna head over to what I need to make my money back. So let's pause. All right, for the next part of this, we head over to the FAQ, the fake frequently asked questions, and we type in payouts, right? We've been over this a lot of times, but one thing in particular that I need to go to is right around the middle. So the next part is this. We're going to bring in a calculator. How much do I need to get paid? So in order to get paid on my 300K account, we need to make $7,600. But then to get paid, you need to maintain $7,600, and we're going to try to get $3,500 out of this. So we're going to pull out our trusty calculator, because I don't want to speak math to you guys. I want you guys to actually see what it is. 1 second, my baby's crying. Let me run over there and check on her. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so we spent $33.40. 33.4 times 5 accounts. That comes out to $167. So we spent $167 on 5 accounts. We funded 2 of them, okay? So it costs $85 to fund them. So let's say I fund all 5. 85 times 5 is $425 plus the $167. So for starters, for you to get a return on your investment, you need to make cash $600. You get an $8 return on your investment, but you completely paid off all 5 of the accounts, right? Next, So we're going to clear the history here. Next, you need to make $7,600, right? And you need to divide that by, well, it doesn't matter how many days it takes you to make it, but let's say we divided that by 8 to start. That means I need to make $950 a day in order to get paid on the first pay period, which is why I tell you guys all the time, don't try to do that. Don't try to get paid on the first pay period. Just build your account up as best you can. So let's put this into a better situation. Let's take the $7,600 and divide it by 30 days now, a full month. $253 a day. Can you make $253 a day for a month? If so, excellent. And that's just averaging. You're going to have better days than $253 on a 300K account. You have a lot more leverage. You also have a lot more trailing threshold. So your trailing threshold is $7,500. So let's take it up another notch. Divided by $300 will take you 25 days. So 25 days at $300 will give you $7,600, which is more accurate because you don't trade 30 days a month. You usually trade 20 days a month. So let's do this then. We need to make $7,600 over the course of 20 days. Divided by 20. You need to make $380 a day in order to reach your first payout. So once you reach the $7,600, you'll need to go above that point for how much you want to take out. So that is the unfortunate difference in the new set of rules versus the old rules. In the old rules, once you reach that target amount, you were able to pull out the full $3,500 amount. Not anymore. Now you need to actually make that $3,500 above the $7,600 in order to pull out $3,500. The maximum payout, look for it to be within a month, right? And then let's divide the extra $3,500 by 40 hours. So you work 40-hour week. That's $87 an hour. That $3,500 that you paid yourself in a month is $87 an hour. And I want you to start looking at it in that terms. You're making more in a month from day trading a single account than you will on most jobs. And if you use this responsibly and you target $250 to $500 a day and you're able to do it, you're going to bank crazy amounts of money. So if you can get $500 a day times 20 days a month, that's $10,000. You logged in over here in our PA account, and now we're just going to look at a couple ways to make your goal. Not 4. If you're starting out with an account, you need to be starting with 1 mini or micros, okay? 60 ticks, you're risking $300. All right, so bring out the calculator one more time, guys. So let me show you how it breaks down. 100 divided by $300. You get 25 trades losing that amount before you ever blow the account. And that is realistically how you need to look at it, because you're going to have to risk some money in order to make money in the trading market. But I also want to show you how simple it can be to make your goal. So we're going to close this out. We're going to erase this right here. We're going to type in 500. $500 is 100 ticks on 1 mini contract. So you're risking you're risking $300. You're looking for $500. It's 100 ticks to 60 ticks. I go to micros, MNQ. Same thing for MES. We'll go to the 5-minute time frame here and refresh. Now with this, you're doing 2 to 4. So let's say you start out with 2 micro contracts. 100 ticks is going to get you $100. Very simple math. 200 ticks is going to get you $200. 200 ticks should be your starting line. Say we're starting right down here. And we're going to go to buy 2. Check this box. And then here you could risk 100. So it would be 200 to 100. So if you have less confidence in your ability to enter, you can put more on the line. You can even do 200 to 200, which is a 1-to-1 trade. Me in particular, I can't do that style of trading because of how far I've moved beyond when I was there, and how aggressive the amount of contracts that I use is now. I don't want to risk $1,000 a trade. So hopefully I have a nice little pullback to the support level today, and then I'll be able to take a trade to the upside. But as always, you guys know the motto is take the easy money. Happy hunting out there. Be safe, guys, and have a great week. This has been another Full Transparency Trading Session where I'm your host, Sebastian, and I'm out.